We're the instant gratification generation, and YouTube is that perfect source for that.
I got to know what's going on every single day.
If you think about movies, right? In the beginning, they were just, people got everything from the movie theater. There'd be a newsreel and a cartoon before the picture. That's what YouTube presents, but with this dynamic aspect of choice.
I don't care if it's shot with a professional camera. I want the information I'm watching to be engaging.
After I've shared a video, I like to see if people watched it or see what they thought about it.
I love my guy friends, but I don't connect with them. And after I watch College Humor for like about an hour, I feel like I'm ready to be somebody's bro.
Not only do I have a chance to look at the content, but then I can tell them what I thought of it. That interaction maybe is a big component for me.
YouTube's more community-based than television. You have conversations and comments.
It's more relatable because they don't have like a whole chain of command to probably like go through to like put out this content.
Oh, should I not share her video? Because that's like, oh, she posted it. And I noticed 148,000 people shared that video. So I didn't feel bad sharing it as well. I'm creating to share with people.
People have always been creative, but the means to get that message out there is more accessible.
It's a good way to learn about languages too. Like currently I'm trying to learn French, so I've been going on YouTube. My French is very bad. I'm still learning. Je ne parle français, which means I'm not good at French.
YouTube, I feel, is a book full of possibilities that never ends. You can find anything you want on YouTube.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out like what kind of social media do you have for the video. Basically, I know most of you have YouTube channels, right? By channels, I mean you use it purposely because everyone has YouTube. Like for the next hour, we're going to be talking about the YouTube. The reason is everything what I mentioned previously, and because this is the most structured platform. Like you can do everything from start to the end on it. So there is, if Instagram, you can upload the video, you can do things, but there's no way to cash out. So YouTube has you covered. Basically, YouTube starts for most of the creators in a very similar manner. There is Shannon Gray, who he's a movie director, and he decided to create a movie, Spider Babies. That's why this is how I assume the movie ended up. And this is a quite famous story. So he wrote a script for a year, then he looked for financing for the next half year. So he gathered the team, went to the shooting, everything went not according to the plan. They ran out of money, and they decided to spend the last couple dollars they have on fireworks and let the creative cameraman just roam around and film good shots. And then he returned to his parents because he was all spent out, and he was thinking what he should be doing with his life. So this is a story, like one of the stories, because I love the name Spider Babies. But this is like happen a lot because the process of thinking about creating a movie until the end when you publish it can be like from 3 weeks, as you mentioned yesterday, up to like forever and ever if you want to make it like big, strong, and fabulous. But the fail ratio gets like quite high the longer the period comes. You run out of energy or you run out of money at some point. So this guy, he returned home and he thought what he should be doing in his life. He decided he doesn't want to do anything with the movie for now because he was like super disappointed. And he started working at the performance marketing agency. Performance marketing, I have talked a little bit about like how agencies are divided. So there are basically 3 types. Performance marketing, which is like on a daily basis, like Google AdWords, like search engine optimization, content on social, like super fast. So this is on a daily basis. Then there's a yearly basis, which is like campaigns. Some companies do up to 14 campaigns a year, which they want to say we are technology leaders, we are creative, we are innovative, like this type. And then there's strategy. So he joined the performance marketing agency, which did optimization for Google AdWords. Okay, so he joined one of those companies, Google AdWords. As I said, like there are this kind of applications for other search engines. But basically, you, as a brand, you come and you say, I value people who are looking for the hair dryers, like who are in the market for hair dryers. And as we can say, like from micro moments, people would type in, where do I buy a good hair dryer? Or what is the best brand for a hair dryer? And they pay to become on the first page, like slot, where people mostly gonna click on it. And there's a huge science behind it, how to do it in the most effective way and in the cheapest way. But basically, for the brands, if you are on the first page, you're gonna get noticed. And there is a joke, like if you want to hide a dead body, the best place is the second page of the Google search, because no one goes there. So if you are on the second page, just forget it. It's like a dead body. So the science behind that is search engine marketing. And people do spend a lot of money on it. Marketing, like companies do spend a lot of money on it. And you have to figure out lots of things, like user behavior. Remember the times when you need to write like in a search, like keywords, not the questions, not the written line. Yeah. Think like black, like car, go, something like that. Very, very like rigid, I would say. And right now, like where do you buy a car? Where you do that, you basically ask questions all the time, or you write down the way you talk. So this is natural language processing. And there's a science behind that you can choose the key specific words, specific situations, specific timing and connections. Like you choose this word, but not this word, to optimize, to spend money on the people who are searching for only specific things. So black dress or black car, you say, I want to optimize for black dress, negative word, black car. So I'm not going to get in depth in it, but basically it's like super good thing to know. And the guy, he worked for 3 years in this field, and he did it for other people, and he got his creative back, and he thought maybe I should take a little bit different approach than going to the big screen doing long-term movie. So he decided to shoot YouTube content and put it over there and harness all the parts of search engine. As I mentioned, YouTube is the second largest search engine, and he was in a really good place for that. So what he did is he took a friend who was cooking really, really well and started filming cooking with Hela. So it's like, I will later on like show you how it's gonna go. They have tremendous amount of followers, but it was super, super basic. It's like in the kitchen, she is cooking like crazy stuff as well, and filming, nothing special. And the approach was super simple. He said, I'm gonna film one episode in 1 week. I will invest this amount of time. I won't invest any money in spreading it, just natural search engine optimization and how you can do it without knowing programming. And he did really well. Right now, he has a team of 6 people working on the YouTube channel, which is kind of not that many people think of it. And they are making money enough for entire team and entire crew. They're scaling. And he quit his job and he's doing that full time. Okay, so there are 3 main parts for the success on YouTube. Please pay attention. What I'm saying, that's like, oh my God, pay attention. Keep in mind that it's changing. This is a Snapchat. This is what is happening right now. This is the tips. And there's so many of those, but this is my personal practice, which works the best. And it can change, but it's gonna help you to structure the search or the information collection. So creating content is the first part. Then the second one, building an audience, and making the money on YouTube. So this is 3 criteria, 3 things. Okay, so creating the content.
Right around 2006, our creative director, Spike Jones, said, hey, you guys shoot all your articles, right? And we said, yes. And then we came back to the office and said, how do we shoot all of our articles? Because we weren't, we lied. So we got some cameras and we started shooting, and we very publicly went to school, video production school. And so what we made was terrible, but people really liked it. So we started shooting more and more video. And it took us 1 year to get to 10 million uniques a month on Vice, and 10 years to get to 1 million copies of the mag. So we realized our future is online. So when we did our deal with Intel, for example, with the Creators Project, we said you don't have to put the chip or put a computer and say, I like computer. All you have to do is say, here's a film by Spike Jonze. It's brought to you by Intel. Production credit, just at the end. And they get it. That's all you have to do. Young people have been marketed to since they've been babies. Hence, they have the most sophisticated bullshit detectors of all time. The only way to circumnavigate those bullshit detectors is to not bullshit. For the amount of money you're going to spend making a 30-second spot with a celebrity and a big director and all this money, and then activating that spot on the Super Bowl or wherever, not even the Super Bowl, any TV, you could build a long-tail media asset. What does that mean? It means a network like the Creators Project that kids can tune into every day, that they like, it's part of their community, that brings something of value to their life. So it's a much better platform. I went to go meet Adidas when we were starting the magazine, and the CMO of Adidas at the time said to me, I will never advertise in Vice magazine because I hate it. And I said, fine, but who's buying Adidas? You or your son? So if you want to sell sneakers, you can advertise with me. If you want to hate me, then you can hate me all you want. I don't care, I have enough friends. So they ended up becoming our largest advertiser. I think that finally, and this is great for us, that people have woken up to engagement. Having an audience that comes back daily, weekly, monthly, for prolonged periods of time, that you can actually do things with, that are engaged with you, that like what you're doing, and that you can actually, participate with, that's worth something.
So let's talk about the content creation. I put this slot, not this one, the previous one, because I love, you watch Vice, right? I love how he explained, like at the beginning, that at start the content was crap, and it totally was. If you could check, like most of the YouTubers' first attempts, it was super simple, super amateur, but people watched it because it was sincere and it was there online for you. And this is what I do. This is what you like, and. I love that they're pointing it out, that they never started like, okay, we are Vice, we're a magazine, we're gonna do something like really well right away and get to the perfection. It was rather, okay, let's do it, let's try it and see where it goes. So they started in the same way I suggest you to start. Okay, so there are basic 5 steps to start and create the content. First thing is planning your channel. The one thing I just pointed out that people are trying to be perfect right away. And no one requires perfection because perfection is not natural for a human being. And people detect it and it becomes artificial. Like think about advertising, like these super nice food, it just doesn't connect to you because it's not real. There's some kind of barrier of fakeness in it. And YouTube is the same. You don't have to be perfect. The light doesn't really matter until the certain point. The quality doesn't matter as long as you deliver the message and how you do it. So this is the first part. The other one is if you are ready to do it and you really need to decide the quality level, right? Of like what you are engaging for. If you're gonna say, okay, I will put all of my effort to do that in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you're gonna get tired afterwards because the reward is not gonna come super easy, like super fast. If you put it online, it doesn't matter. It's like no one is gonna see it like until a certain amount of time when you just get the wheel spinning. So by thinking of your channel, make sure that you can be consistent. Like what is the minimum that you can engage for and how often you will be doing it and how much effort you're gonna have. All of us have a work, like, I don't know like how for you it is, but I have a certain amount of time that I can dedicate for my hobbies or for my extra work. And I want to know what kind of product. I want to end up with the product after the time I dedicate to. So this is planning the channel is super important in this phase. Think about what you want to say. What is the message you're going to be delivering? It doesn't need to have a big, grandiose idea, but it has to have like a vibe, like the standpoint, the personality, what you stand for, and you are not selling out for the views or clicks. Then how often you will do it, with what technical means, like do you need like production or anything else, and if it's going to be too difficult, and if you can commit to something like that. I strongly suggest you to be very simple, just as simple as possible. Think of the idea and just shoot it with the camera, with the phone, and put it online and see how it goes, and then build on top of it. For my additional work, I consult startups. I mentioned it a little bit. And there are multiple teams who are super smart, super good at what they're doing. They're programmers, they're designers, and they have a good idea, but they said, okay, we're gonna go with beta only like after a year and a half when it's gonna be like perfect. But usually those who say that, they never go live. Because you need to try. You need to try and adjust, try and adjust, try and adjust, not to have perfect and then see that it doesn't really work. And it happens because it's unpredictable, right? So just to keep a little bit like in line, so planning a channel is like what you're gonna post, what's the topic, what you're passionate about, how often you're gonna be doing that, what you can commit to, and what's gonna be the content spread strategy, which we're gonna be talking later on. Gearing up and editing post-production. So gearing up, editing and post-production. Gearing up the phone is best thing. If you have a camera and you know how to use it well, do it. But usually it starts with like regular like phone or camera on the tripod, and then people sit at the background. The crappier sometimes the background, the better it works because it's the more natural. So brands even specifically request to have background some kind of like homey, simple, that it would be like more real. And when it's too polished, it can be like artificial and fake. So don't really stress about it. Just do the way you would do it, and that's all. Editing and post-production, you can do, like most of you have apps, computers, and right now with technology, it's super easy. So post-production, don't like lower your expectations for the video online, and you can do it yourself, and you can learn it really fast because even I did it. But the two important things I want to talk about is like workflow and building web platform. Workflow is work ethics. Right now, I talked with one of the network channel. I'm going to talk about networks a little bit later. But basically what they do, they take content creators and they become their like producers. They help them out with the leads, with the views, and they take, of course, the slice of the money of yours, which is super natural. But he said it's like content creators are super good. They have 10,000 like of followers, but then at the same time, they don't produce content. They're not consistent. And like they create one post and like one movie or shot, and then they might not be doing for 2 months, and people forget about you. If you're not doing that, they will forget about you. So you kind of need to have it like Monday, or whatever like that. So workflow, work ethics, be on time, be like commit and do. And building a web platform, what I want to say is like, it's a detour from the YouTube, right? But you put YouTube and people watch it, but you don't own the platform. So if YouTube decides to change something, they will change and they won't ask. And all the subscribers and all the money and the flow might disappear right away. So you have to take benefit of it, but be ready to jump out of the giant's shoulder right away. So don't do just YouTube. Have the website where you're gonna put content, additions to the content you put on YouTube. Use all other social networks and have at least one platform, which one you own. just for it's you. Like, you own it, no one is going to take you out, and you constantly lead the traffic towards it. That if something happens to YouTube, I'm not saying the server is going to shut down and like no YouTube for any of us, but algorithm might change and people won't be able to access the content you put so much effort to. Like, they can have a different, like, put you to different playlists or something, and then nothing. So be conscious about it and have your own like website or the platform. Okay, building the audience. It's my favorite part.
How to basic.
Yes, you know this?
How to make friends, no?
You don't know it? Oh, good, you're in for a treat. So the previous one is like building the audience, and there are multiple ways to do that. So many ways, but one of my favorite is harnessing what people are searching already. Instead, like banner ads, they are trying to push you out of the platform you have chosen somewhere else to sell you things. I hope my boss doesn't hear me again. But basically, I don't want to do this. I want to find people who are looking for me, who are having a problem that I can solve. Like, I can be selling, I don't know, hair brushes, or computers is like too easy, but maybe bracelets, and I can get all of the traffic from people who are looking for presents, for a gift, for just accessories or stuff like that. And then I can say, hey, maybe you're gonna like this, maybe this is the solution, and then you have like complete different sale because you already know people need it, and then you just work around it. Like with YouTube is the same. YouTube works on a different search engine than Google, but the basics are the same. So people are looking for specific words, and then you can create the content accordingly. I have to warn you that I'm not saying be sellouts. What people are looking, like give them what they're looking for. No, I don't. Like, you have to put yourself, like what you want to show, be authentic. But still, there's a connection between what people are looking and what you have, and this is the sweetest spot. And this is the channel that I was shown by my colleague. He said this is his new TV. And
you showed it to Mike Lee?
No.
New
colleague.
Oh, I also heard that. What?
No. My colleague. And I was like,
Mike Lee watching like How to Scrap Life.
Yeah, but it's not Martha Stewart style. So what would you think about this, like, website, right? Okay, there's an egg, so maybe home appliances or something like that. There's like very proper pictures. So it's like answers to the questions, like basic how-tos and etc. Not really.
This website or what?
So making videos that get watched is, I thought you might get a little bit offended with this point because you're creators, you have to say something and you do not like slave to someone who's looking for things. But as I mentioned, you can have both. You can have a good content and you can have a connection with the people who are looking one thing or another. So. Search magnets, social hooks, community builders, and launching and optimizing. But if you just put it online, YouTube cannot know what is in the video. They cannot know it yet. So you have to say it. Like, you have to say what it's all about. And the more precise you get, the better people gonna find you. The better words you're gonna be attached. So if the person is looking for how to boil an egg, then this guy would appear because he used this tags, like how to boil an egg, then all the tags like egg, boiling, cooking, and then there's description. He's cheating because it's kind of not fair, but the content is so good that you don't mind and you just subscribe, like you even subscribe. But usually it would be if it's like baby videos are like one of the most popular. Baby videos are super trending. They're like always at the top of the list of like most watched videos, most subscribed channels. So if I'm looking for like baby lullabies or something like that, you need to, and you have one, you just tag it, you create it, you have a description. Otherwise, you won't be found. So this is super important. So search magnets, this is also important thing. Search magnets and social hooks. Social hooks are rather what is trending right now, right? They're platforms that allow you to know what are the most trending things people are looking for and what they're interested about. From the most popular search, like from most popular keywords, to the topics people are like discussing right now, shark attack, or like if it's a Super Bowl, then Super Bowl ads. If it's Easter, so how to decorate eggs. And this is, you can see the trends like very well. And you can plan and create content or show the content in the right moment. So social hooks would be, you assume at this point this keyword is going to be trending, and you take the precise keyword and you create video about it, like, or you use it for the video promo of yourself. YouTube advertising, YouTube belongs to Google, and Google has this advertising space, right? Where you put your ad and it's delivered into multiple websites. You know about it. It's not like, there are some very specific websites where you come to them and say, put my ad, put my banner on this space, bless you, and then they translate it circulate it for a certain amount of time. And Google, you go to the platform, you upload your content, basically, and it appears on the multiple websites around the web who has agreement with Google. So YouTube works YouTube works through the same platform, and you pay for it as a client in a different ways. It can be like a bid, like how much is worth one view or another for the person, and you can pay per mileage. Mileage, I mean 1,000 views. So for the client perspective, you say, okay, I want to be on YouTube, I have video content and regular content, I want to place it, and I want to connect it with certain topics. And you pay for it, it depends, like it varies in multiple ways. What kind of forms of YouTube advertising we have? We have pre-rolls, you know about that, right? Yeah. I don't know how many you've seen of those, but the pre-roll not necessarily needs to be like, buy this shampoo, it's the best shampoo ever, and then like huge logo. It can be content. It can be like interesting content that you might like according to what you're watching, and then you could really enjoy it. Like you might enjoy what you are watching because it's connected to what you're doing. How does that work? So basically, you can, remember I talked about tags, about like how you describe the video, the better you describe, the better it gets. So you can tag along with specific content. If it's a movie, like some kind of short movie and has in the description, you can advertise what is important for you, maybe a new camera in a like beautiful way, maybe that moonlight camera that can shoot in the super dark environments, or it can be a conference or something like that, which is relevant to you. Like this is what you're watching, and you might even appreciate it. How you deliver, this is another topic. Like it can be super crappy, buy this and it's free, like it's on sale right now. Or it can be content-wise, which you will enjoy, and you say, thank you, I appreciate it, I give the plus for the brand, and I continue doing what I'm doing. So this is the point of view of the advertiser, and you can buy these views as well, like at the beginning. The other point is that Facebook, YouTube, you mentioned that internet is us, basically what we do out of internet. So YouTube is the same. The better the quality of the content is, the more people are gonna be there, the more time they're gonna spend, and they're gonna enjoy it. And YouTube knows it because they're super smart. And they encourage content creators in multiple ways. So at one point they decided, okay, should we do like a campaign to increase the YouTube popularity, or we should do a profit split? And that's way like motivate people to do a better content. So they decided the latter when they do the profit split. And basically, so what's going to happen? You upload the video, you have a viewership. You know, views are not like, views are how many times the video was seen, not the unique views, how many unique people saw it. Because this is the distinction for advertisers especially. And they said, okay, if you're doing really good, I'm ready to give you this amount of money for every view you do. And of course, the contract is a little bit longer than that for the exchange, but it's super nice of YouTube, and you know that if you're encouraged to have subscribers, encouraged to have views, encouraged to have really well set up profile, and you're gonna get money. Like even in Lithuania, one guy has like 160,000, I believe, followers, subscribers, which is a lot in such a small market, and he's doing content in Lithuanian. He can earn up to like 12,000 euros a month. He's young, he's like 17, he's graduating, I think, soon. He's cool, he's like just hanging out, and he does like short videos about himself, about like situation, about the school, like stuff like that, and people watch it. Yeah. And people watch it, and it's in Lithuanian, and he's successful, and he's earning money right away. So it's per view. You can negotiate it, of course, at 0.00128, something like that for view, but it accumulates. It accumulates for a decent amount of money. So yeah, the other thing what YouTube does in most of the countries, it's not only facilitating you to hey, do content, but like whatever you like just do it. They set up spaces where you can come and film your blog or film your movie. They give you sometimes even cameras, canvases, everything, and they teach you how to be like maybe more productive, maybe capitalize on the YouTube platform better, and they're really, really good at it, and it's spreading around the world. So they're investing in you, and they're eager that you succeed. They're not punishing you for anything. At some point, when you have a lot of subscribers, you can like even negotiate, because you are like the key driver. People come to YouTube, and then the negotiation starts with the YouTube. And the fun part is that it's not other way around. Like people who are famous go to YouTube and succeed, but basically people who are famous on YouTube go to like analog or regular, and they succeed because they have like such a short information loops. Like you try, you fail, you try, you fail, you succeed, and then it's like super, super fast. And then when you're like doing the ad or conversing like in regular like environment, more common, so they succeed like right away. So when I said about the good content, is that good content in this case from money perspective is the one that get you views. When you reach certain amount of views, YouTube approach you, or you can do it like other ways in network, and they suggest you to become the partner. So, and it's not really hard. A friend of mine, he is a DJ, and he's not even a vlog, he has a compilation of the music over there. He was like, of course he has like million views probably, but he was just asked for YouTube to join. So it's not like something extremely big or tremendous, but it's just nice because you're going to get money out of it. We're about to finish the land of YouTube and move on to other platforms, like a little bit shorter, because I structured the presentation from the longest form to the shortest form, right? And before that, I want to show you several pages that are really nice. Remember I talked about trends, like what people are watching, where they're looking, what kind of words they're looking for. So basically one is Google Trends, and you can see over here everything what's happening according to the countries, content type, what kind of words are trending, what kind of topics, etc. So I will send it to you, but I need to show you this site just because you will have to use it or try use it today for the workshop we're going to have very, very soon. And the other one, okay, this is my personal. And another one, I know it looks complicated, and it is a little bit, but this is Google AdWords. This is where you see how many searches you have for specific words and what are synonyms and something similar. So for example, if it's in Lithuanian market, I wrote down filmas, which is movie. You can see in which month, how many searches we had, very specific. So you can see during January, it's a peak because it's winter, no one is doing anything. And then again, June, we see the peak. So you have to adjust it. I'm just showing it to you because I want you to use that as well. And that's pretty much it.